evening, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome back again to Real Life Matters Studios, a place where we talk about so many real life issues that people encounter on a daily basis. So today we are back again as usual, right? And I hope you've been enjoying our videos, lots of videos that we've been uploading. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching, and thank you for commenting. Today we've come again with another beautiful topic. As you can see, we're just women. I have my co-host here. Today is Women's Affair. Today is Women's Affair. So in today's episode, it's gonna be a mind-blowing episode. Like things that, especially the young people, the single ones, is always looking out for. But before I delve into that, I'll have to introduce my co-host, my beautiful co-host, Odera. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she pretty? Look at that beautiful smile. You're welcome to the studio today, girl. You look so pretty.
Thank you.
You look so pretty. And then I remain your special co-host, Winnie. So today we're gonna be talking about a very important topic. When I say important, it's very important, especially if you're a single girl. Just grab your popcorn, sit tight, relax.
Yes,
you're going to learn a whole lot of things today. Today's topic, you are going to be talking about red flags. Does that ring bell? Red flags, things to look out for as a single girl that wants to get into a relationship or into marriage. You know, there are some red flags that people tend to like look out for whenever they are, you know, writing their list for maybe partner or husband. You know, every single girl out there does that. You know, it's always when you get to this time in your life, this age, you know, you just have your jot. I remember those days when I wasn't married. I have that long list.
You have your list of
long list of do's and don'ts.
Exactly.
Do's and don'ts. I know every girl does that.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
you will always have that list of from 1 to 100. So that, you know, that
I usually top of the list will be tall, dark, and handsome.
I was looking at one girl. I was asking one of my girls to tell me what she expects or what she wants in a man. And then after listening everything, I was like, this one is angel from
Are you sure such a man exists?
This one is angel from heaven. Because I don't think there's any human being, one person that will have all these things.
Qualities,
you know?
yeah.
It is expected as a young girl. You have that high hopes. You have that expectation, you know, things you want to see, things you want to experience in your relationship or in your marriage, especially if you are always this type that is glued to Nollywood. You know, Nollywood, they know how to they know how to give you a fairy tale relationship that doesn't exist. So that's what we are here today to talk about.
Disney as well.
I know, this Z word.
Cinderella.
I know, but right now we're going to be talking about real life.
Yes, sir.
Something that is relatable, something that is when you look at it, you said, okay, I can relate to this. Something that happens or something that you can actually look out for, that people can actually, it can actually be people's behavior. Mm-hmm. So when you see stuff like that, I'm married, my co-host is married. So I feel that we've gotten a little bit of idea or experience,
yes,
you know, to talk about this,
yes,
so that we can help the single ones, the younger generation, on what to look out for.
Yes.
Odera, what do you have to say about this?
Well, red flags. Well, I think you know the thing. In your experience, I don't know. Do you think red flags talked more about or agree? Like, I've never heard anyone talk about green flags. I've heard so many people talk about red flags, but I don't think we talk enough about green flags as well. But we're not deviating, no.
Yep.
We're not deviating. It's just, I think we should also acknowledge that there's two sides to the coin.
Sure.
You know, there's the red flags,
And
there's
the
also
green
the green flags. And I think, you know, we should also start talking about green flags as much as we talk about red flags.
Do you know the reason why I feel people don't talk about green flag as much as
red
flag is because who not like better thing? Who not like better thing? Everybody wants that fairy tale home, you know. And when you're living in it, you're enjoying it. You don't even want to stress much about it. But when the red one comes, everybody hears it. So that's why, you know, it's important to talk more on the red flag because nobody wants to cry, obviously. So what's your take on that?
I think, you know, from you know, I've as she said, we're both married. We've been through the process. I remember when I had a whole list of, you know, if I from memory now, I probably had like 20 to 25 items on that list, and I was like, wow, does this kind of person even exist? But anyways, you know, but the thing, what I learned from that list was that if you don't have what you expect, like as they say, if you don't plan, then you plan to fail or something. Sure. So I think the importance of that list is, you know, that way you know what you want as a person, and then it sort of gives you a guide as to what you know you cannot tolerate as a person, because you need to understand yourself first, to be able to understand what you want from another person. So I think having that list is very important. But, you know, we're going to, you know, going back to our topic, red flags, we're going to start. And I think one thing that sticks, you know, that comes out, and this is something I experienced back in the day, is when a guy constantly talks about their ex. Like literally, you've literally sat down to eat, perhaps on a breakfast date or something, and literally conversation goes from hello, how are you, to oh, my ex did this, my ex did that.
Comparison.
I'm like, in my head, because I have experienced it, that for me, that stood out for me, because I was like,
a big red flag.
This guy that talks about his ex like this. Imagine, like, I had to put myself in the shoe of the ex. So imagine, okay, let's say I ended up in a relationship with him. So that means if I become his ex, he would be talking about. I thought about it that way, but also another way that I thought about it was the fact that he's constantly talking about his ex. Is he really over his ex?
Then I feel like he was trying to put you on an urge, in the sense that the more he talks about his ex, you are now trying to be in competition with someone that is not even visible. So you will now start to like try to, you know, work more hard, you know, to try to impress him, you know, so that he will start seeing you like this person, or to see if he can stop talking about, and then taking you out from who you are normally to a different type of person. You know, it's just like him seeing his S in you and then imposing it on you. So you start behaving like the S, which is a big red flag, because he should learn to accept you. This is you. You are not his
exactly.
This is you.
And as I, you know, just to lay more emphasis on what I said, because I also like, and it's not. And when I say they're talking about their ex, it's not just good things. They're not talking about good things about this person. They're talking about how their ex, you know, broke their heart and things like that, and all of that. But I feel the reason I think that's a big red flag is because, you know, after every relationship, like, I am a big believer of healing after a relationship. Because if you're at a point where you're with a new person and you're still, you know, reliving your experiences with your ex, whether good or bad, then you haven't healed.
That's true.
For you to be able to move on to another relationship,
you have to heal.
Need to heal. Otherwise, you'll be carrying baggage from a previous relationship onto a new one,
thereby suffering the present one.
Exactly. And then the current person would constantly be on edge with you, because they're like, oh, do I even measure up to their ex? Do I, you know, like, you constantly be comparing yourself, because they're always because they're constantly in your ear with their ex. Talks about their ex. So I think, you know, it is a massive red flag, because they're not necessarily a bad person. It's just they need that time to heal. To be able to move on, leave all those baggage in the past, and then start afresh in a new relationship with a new person.
Wow. Oh, This is eye-opening, honestly, because I can tell you that so many people in their present relationship now are experiencing this thing. I see it as comparison, which is not necessary in a relationship. So you don't need to compare your girlfriend with your ex or compare your wife with your ex. Your ex is your ex. You have to, for a reason. So if he or she was that good, why didn't you end up with him or she?
Exactly. Why are they your ex?
Exactly. Why are they your ex? So I think this is a very big red flag because I see it as comparison, like I said before. The person you are with now, accept the person for who he or she is. There is no need to bring your past tense to your present relationship to come and spoil things. Okay? I hope you get that. Then number 2.
Do you have any point that you can remember?
Disrespect. Disrespect. That's a big one.
That's a big one.
You know, in a relationship, especially in the men's world, you know, disrespect is like a big thing for men.
Men love their respect.
They in fact, men tend to interpret love or respect as love.
Yes.
So they tend to interpret respect as love. Oga, auntie, you see that respect that men are hammering for? The same thing. It just goes both ways.
Yes.
You cannot expect a woman to give you respect, and you as a man, you are disrespecting her.
Of course.
It doesn't. It's not nice.
No, it's
so
not.
any man that does not respect you is a
Run for the hills.
big red flag.
Yes. So.
And another thing that I would want to add to this thing is, look around you when you're in a relationship with a guy. Look around you how he respects people around him. That will tell you if he's going to respect you.
Of course.
Because if he cannot respect his sisters or his mother, he's talking to them anyhow. Auntie,
That's
carry
exactly
your
the
shoes
same
and
behavior
run.
he'll give you,
He
of
can
course.
never respect
Of course.
you. I'm being honest.
Yes.
Because you cannot give out what you don't have.
Of course.
So if a man cannot respect the female folks around him, the same thing will be applicable to you.
Yes.
you are not exempted.
No matter how beautiful you think you are.
Exactly. No matter how beautiful you think you are, he is obviously definitely going to disrespect
Of
you.
course.
So any man that does not respect you, it's a very big red flag for me. Yes. So what do you want to say as number 3?
I think just to add to the respect,
Yes.
like I think emphasis on, you know, how they treat the people around. Not just people close to them, even like outsiders, you know. For example, simple courtesy, like you go out to eat or something. If they talk to the waiters in a demeaning way, don't be surprised that when you're with them in the house, that's exactly how they're going to treat you. Because it's not just because some people can fake it. They can be very nice to people close to them.
Yes.
But then they go out and there's something else. So you have to be very observant. Make sure that the same way they're treating people indoors is exactly how they're treating people outdoors. Because it tells a lot about a person, how they treat strangers as well. Because, you know, these are people that aren't going to, you know, a stranger, for example, is not going to add any value to your life. You might only encounter them once in your lifetime. So in that respect, so they might be very respectful to people close to them because perhaps they're getting some benefits from that relationship.
Yes.
But what about how they treat other people who does not even they're not related to them, does not benefit them in any way? I think that's a big one.
Big one,
you know. So yes. Moving on, number 3. I think communication.
Woo!
This communication is a big one. So if someone that you're dating or someone that you're seeing or in a relationship with does not want to communicate,
what are you doing there?
What do they want to do? Because if you can't talk, like how are you going to get to know somebody?
They want to be mannequin.
If you're not going to talk to me in a relationship, like what else? Like what else are we doing? Like how am I going to get to know you? How am I going to express myself to you?
You know this communication thing. It's very big.
It is.
And
it's huge.
And in a relationship, like communication I actually want to give communication 70%.
Yes.
Of things that can actually make a relationship work.
Of course.
Because if you don't communicate,
7 is low. I think it should be higher.
It should be higher.
I think it should be higher.
Because everything centers around communication.
Exactly.
So if you don't communicate with your partner, how do you understand their feelings?
Exactly.
How do you understand the person you're dealing
Exactly.
with? How do you tend to like go around it? You know, things are happening. You know, I find it funny when I hear couples. I've actually heard couples say, "Oh, we couldn't communicate." I was like,
how are you a couple?
How?
Like how?
Oh,
I can't.
anytime I want to raise a conversation, he or she either walks out on me, and then before you know it, the marriage breaks up.
That's it.
Because they lack communication.
So communication is a big one.
It's a very big one.
If someone that you're with doesn't want to talk, they don't want to, engage, especially when you're talking about things that are important to you, and they tend not to want to engage, run for the hills, guys. Run for the hills.
Yeah.
It's a huge, huge red flag.
It's a very big red
because
flag.
I think, I don't want to generalize, but sometimes, with women, I'll talk from a woman's perspective, because we're talking about red flags for women here to look out for. So, women, we're very vocal beings. And I think most women, when they're in a dating relationship, like they want to express themselves, especially because, most times women kind of want to know, where is this headed? But,
yes,
most
exactly.
respectful women would not come out and ask you up front. Like they wouldn't ask you, Oga, where this thing they lead. No, they will still be respectful about it. But, I think women, from the communication you're having with a guy, it can actually tell you where the relationship is headed. Like they don't necessarily spell it out to you that, okay, yes, I plan to marry you in a couple of years, or I plan to do this. But from the way you're engaging, from the way they're engaging with you, you can actually tell, okay, this thing is progressive, or no, this thing is not progressive. Like I should actually start looking for a way out.
Some people can actually pretend. You might be in a relationship with them, they are all being so sweet and nice, he's that your dream man. Deep down in his heart, he's not seeing you
in
his future.
Yeah.
So I've actually seen where it happens. And in your heart of heart as a woman, you are all being so sweet and nice, expecting him to pop up that big question. First year, second year,
10 years. The one that baffles me is people that stay 10 years. I'm like, what on earth are you doing with someone for 10 whole years? Like, you don't even. And it's funny, the annoying part is that some people would spend all those times with you. They'll spend like 5-10 years with you, only for them to break up with you
and marry in the next 3 months.
Meet another person and get married in 3 months, and you'll be like, what? Like how?
And that's what spells it that men knows what they want. Men knows who they want.
Exactly. But I'm like, the question I keep asking myself when I hear stories like this is, but did the woman not see the signs? Like, did you communicate?
Sometimes I don't tend to blame the women. Okay. Sometimes you might be in a relationship that you've actually invested a lot in. Okay. And some of the red flags are coming in. When you are being blinded by love, you tend to like see if you can make amends. That's what love does. So you be like, you are seeing this red flag coming, flying in your face. You'll be like, okay, he will change. Okay, he will change. Okay, he will change. But at the end of the day, he's not changing. Just because you've been blinded by love, you tend to make excuses for his errors. So these are where we get it. When
unfortunate.
If the women or even the men, because it goes both ways, can actually like, okay, when you're seeing this red flag, you already know what you want as a human being. You said, no, this is not part of what I envisage in my relationship, okay? And this red flag, if you understand that humans doesn't change, they can't change.
It's
that
true.
thing that you are seeing in a relationship, when you go into marriage, it's gonna double.
Exactly.
It's gonna double. But people tend to like, they want to use their magical powers.
They plan on changing the person when they get married.
Exactly. And that's when you see them they'll start complaining. So
it
sometimes
wasn't like that before.
Sometimes when I hear such complaints, I will ask a question. Did you not notice this when you guys were dating?
Exactly.
And the answer you will hear is, yeah, he was, but I thought he would change.
Yeah, it's true.
No. They are not a dummy or AI that you use remotes.
Yeah, exactly.
And tell them to change. No, it doesn't work like that.
They start dancing.
So if you notice any red flag in your relationship and you talk to your partner and he or she is not changing about it, if you can't deal with it, carry your heels and run.
And run, exactly.
Because it's not going to change.
As simple as that.
Carry your heels. It only takes the grace of God for that person to change. And for someone to change, the change has to start with
from
you.
Within.
You have to accept this thing is not good, that I really need to change for myself. Not even because of someone else.
Yes.
I need to change from this thing.
Yeah. And another thing to add to that is most women thinking that they can change a man. But you know that men are egoistic in nature.
Exactly.
And most men don't like to be told what to do. So even if they plan on changing, for the fact that you are saying it, they will be like, okay.
If they do this thing nice, like you are controlling them.
Exactly. So instead of listening to you, they know that thing is wrong and they should change. But for the fact that you are the person pushing them to do it, they might not do it. So, ladies, don't go into a relationship thinking that you're going to change a man.
No.
It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache. So what as Winnie said, whatever you see when you're dating, just do the calculation in your head.
If you can't tolerate it during marriage,
multiply it by 2 or 3 or 10. That is what you see. Because in marriage, they are more comfortable. They'll start showing you worse traits that they have. In dating, they're showing you a tip of the iceberg.
So that you not run away.
So that you don't run away because dating, and this is my opinion anyways, but dating, I think dating is fake life.
It is.
We're all faking it until we make it in dating. Literally, because no one will show their bad traits. They will package themselves so well that you would not even because I've heard women say that I did not know my husband could do such a thing. Because your husband did not show you when you were dating. Why would he show you his bad traits? It's all pretense.
Courtship, it's all pretense.
It's all fake.
When they say that, you need to date someone before marrying them, I tend to disagree.
No. You don't
because even if you date someone,
you can date for 10 years and still not know the person.
I still not know the person.
It's only what they want to show you that you will see.
It's only when I used to tell people, I don't believe in this, okay, we are boyfriend or girlfriend or we are cutting or whatever thing. It's only when you live in the same house with the person that you can actually say this is the kind of person that you're married to.
Because even, funny enough, even some people, even Nollywood has shown it, some people will still be married and still not know. Because some people, some husbands or wives can hide something so well that you, even as a spouse, may not know.
Yes.
So imagine that, then you think you want to change somebody. No, it doesn't work that way. So if you see anything you cannot tolerate, please, for your peace of mind and your sanity, end the relationship. It doesn't make you or the person a bad person. You're just not compatible.
Exactly.
That's just, you're just not compatible. You will find the right person for you. That person would also find the right person for them.
That's true. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. So we are heading on to number 4.
On to number 4 now, hey?
So
okay. I have one.
I have one. So number 4, I think a very big red flag that you should look out for, especially as a single girl, is unforgiving spirits. You see that man that cannot forgive anything until run because what will I be doing? What exactly will I be doing with you if I do something wrong and I apologize and then you're not forgiving me?
It's true.
I've seen people that can bear grudge. Oh my goodness. I wonder how people bear grudge. Something that happened 20 years ago and something happened. They will remind you.
They'll keep reminding you.
Date. You did something like this. Now you are doing this again. Oh God of Elijah. This is a very big red flag for me.
Run.
Because I'm just saying who I am. For me, I hardly remember the past. if I tell you that I'm forgiving you, my own, I do forgive and forget. I know some people might not believe it. I do forgive and forget. That's me. On my own peace of mind, though. Exactly. For my own peace of mind.
Because forgiveness is for you. You're not necessarily forgiving for the other person.
So
it's just for
I
your
don't understand
own.
How you are dating someone and then you do something, you will apologize, and then they will not forgive.
I imagine.
They will keep peppering you because of that single thing. They will keep peppering you. Any little thing that happens, they will make reference.
Yeah.
Every single mistake, they will blame you. They will bring back, they will make reference to that thing that happened. Do you know the pain that comes with it when someone is reminding you of something that happened years back and trying to trying to showcase it again, in your presence? Man, it doesn't worth it. Honestly,
it's not worth the
You see that unforgiving spirit, even as a man or as a woman, it's a very big red flag, to be very honest. Because when you forgive, you've set yourself free as a human being. Just like I said earlier, I do not forgive people because of them.
No.
I do forgive people because of me, because of my sanity.
Yeah.
So if you look at it that way, I don't see the reason why. And besides, someone that you say you love, if you can't forgive someone you love, who
can you then forgive?
who would you forgive?
Exactly, yeah.
Because I don't understand how people interpret this love of a thing. You say you are in love with someone, you love them, they are your wife, they are your partner, and then you can't forgive little mistake. You keep recounting it. Like, oh my goodness, it can piss me off. Trying to remind me of something that happened years back. No, it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
It's not worth it.
Definitely not.
No. So, as a young girl that is in a relationship or you are going into a relationship, okay? If you notice that your man have this heart that he cannot forgive, auntie, run away. Run away. Because that uncle will keep peppering you.
Of course.
You know? There is this sweetness that comes with forgiveness. When you do something to your partner, you acknowledge. Another thing is acknowledging your error. Okay? When you acknowledge that you did something wrong. Actually, some people that have refused to forgive someone is because maybe the other party that offended them
did not
acknowledge.
Yeah.
You know, when you know that you've done something wrong, acknowledge your error. Because this part, I have to emphasize it a lot. Men, you see you men that cannot accept error. You are always right in your own eyes. This is for you. You are always right. You can never accept that you are at fault. How do you expect that woman to be happy? Forgiveness starts with accepting that you are wrong first. When you accept you are wrong, you apologize. If the other partner refuses to forgive you now, that's his problem now. But you have to accept first. Acknowledge, okay, sweetheart, honey, my love. I acknowledge that I did this and it's not good. I did you wrong. I'm sorry. You know that 4-letter word, that I'm sorry. You don't understand how powerful that word is. That word can heal any broken heart. Some people are angry in their relationship today because they are just waiting for their partner to come and say, I am sorry. So if you cannot say sorry or forgive your partner, and that partner that cannot say, this is supposed to be number 5, not knowing how to say sorry. Not knowing how to say sorry. Supposed to be a number 5. If you have a partner that cannot apologize, auntie, uncle, you are on the wrong thing.
Yes, sir.
If they cannot cope, because I see it as pride.
Oh yeah.
It's only a pride that can make you to see a whole me. A whole me. How will I come and tell her? How will I come and tell him I'm sorry?
Yeah.
But then your relationship is collapsing. Your relationship is fading away, and you have refused to apologize. Hey, me. You see that 4-letter word? Don't try it. Don't try it. Because it can heal a broken heart. No matter how broken a person is. When you come in all humility and tell them, I am sorry. Man, even if that person raises up his hand to stab you, you just say, That is how magical that word is.
Yeah, definitely. Very good point. Yeah. Forgiveness is pretty important, and vice versa. Like, if someone acknowledges, apologizes, forgive them, move on, and enjoy your relationship. Yeah. Relationship is fun. Like, you know, we just tend to let little things take out the joy out of relationship, but relationships are fun.
Yes.
Like, good fun. Yeah. Good and fun. So that brings us to number 6, right?
Yep.
So another one, number 6 on the list of red flags to look out for is love bombing. And what do I mean by love bombing? So when you start a new relationship, yeah, and you know it seems like they are showering you like within a day, I love you has entered. Like, how do you express love in a day?
Love at first sight happens.
No, really?
Yeah.
So you think you can fall in love in one day?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I tend to disagree. You can like someone in a day, but I think because maybe I think too much about the fact of the word love, because a lot of people misconstrue what love is. Love is not just those feelings, she's so beautiful, she's got a nice figure, he has a nice car. No, that's not love. So you can see me today and like what you see, but you don't necessarily love me. So when someone is love bombing you, it's almost like, you know, within 24 hours, they're already telling you I love you. And, you know, they're almost like, you know.
No, those ones come with ulterior motive.
Exactly, because for me, I can see through it that because
there's something Uncle is looking for.
Exactly, there's something this person is after. Because, you know, if we go back to, like, you know, if we take it back to the Bible, the definition of love, it says love is patient. So if you cannot be patient to get to know me before you start expressing love, like, what are you doing? I don't believe you. Even the whole love at first sight thing, I don't believe that it is necessarily love. You can like someone, but some people might express it as love, but in the true sense of things, it's not love.
Yes.
Because for you to know that you love someone, you would have been with the person. You know the person.
There's a whole lot that comes with love.
Exactly.
It comes with commitment. It comes with sacrifice. It comes with dedication.
Exactly.
It comes with a whole lot. It's not just the physical attributes.
Exactly. So you can't possibly love me in 24 hours. It's not possible. So,
but they tend to interpret it as love at first sight.
That's love at first sight. So that's the thing. So when someone is love bombing you, and you know there's, you know, so it's almost like the relationship.
They're choking you.
It's almost exactly. It's almost like you can't breathe almost because the love is too much.
Allow the lovers to breathe.
Like you can't breathe because the love is just overwhelming. And, you know, that's a big red flag. And then in addition to this love bombing, like when they're trying to move things so quickly, I think this is actually number 7.
Yeah.
When they're trying to move things so quickly, it's like today I love you, tomorrow let me meet your father, next tomorrow let's go to courthouse. Like it's literally like you're literally
it's
everything
actually
is happening
suspicious. Like
so
you'll be like, even as a woman, you'll be like, you tend to get scared.
You should pause and think about it.
Why is this guy in a rush?
Why are they in a rush?
Yes,
you should really be questioning that, because you can't be rushing into marriage is forever. So why would you want to rush into it? Like, take your time, get to know the person. And you know, when I say get to know the person, I'm not talking about dating for 10 years. No, you can get to know someone in 3 months, in 6 months. It depends on how, you know, the proximity. For example, if you're in the same location, if you see each other every day, I think 3 months is a reasonable time to get to know someone. You know, but not the one where within a week or within 2 weeks you're already, you know, you're already talking about marriage. Like sometimes it's a little bit too fast. I think, you know, when someone approaches you in that manner, you know, think why, think it through. It may be genuine. Like as we keep saying, these are our opinions. Like there might be exceptions out there.
Sometimes it turns out good. It's just
exactly, and that's why I'm saying
maybe the guy just wants to settle down.
Exactly.
Maybe he's just coming from. Even if you're coming from a broken heart, you need time to heal. Also, before before starting to rush into another relationship, because if you go into another relationship with a broken heart, the next relationship is still gonna break because you're not giving in your all.
Yeah, or also, you know, in a scenario where someone, so perhaps a guy in this case, maybe they've dated, they've seen it all, but then they find someone they really care about, and they, you know, they're like, oh, this person, and they know perhaps they know that other suitors are coming for the person, and they want to show interest as soon as possible. That's also an exception. That's a big exception as well. So, you know, everything we're saying here is they are true to an extent, but they're not like
entirely
always
true.
They're not entirely true. Exactly. So there are exceptions to what we're discussing here. So someone can see you and fall in love with you in 2 weeks. You know, someone can see you, but at the end of the day, just be mindful that if they're rushing you too much, that, you know, always have that conversation. You know, is there more to this?
Yeah, why the rush?
Yeah, why the rush? Don't just go in blindly and be like, okay, yeah, they want to marry me, okay, let's get married. Always, you know, always think it through, always ask the right questions, and make sure that you're thinking with this and not just with this.
Wow, that's a powerful one. You know, always make sure you are thinking with this and not with this, right? Okay, so what number are we?
So it's 8, number 8.
Number 8. This is a very big one, I promise you. Just open your ears. You see, not allowing you to grow.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's ringing bell. When you're in a relationship, this one is specifically for the women. You know, some men and their ego, they don't want you to do anything. They want you to be a housewife. Whereas when they met you, you are a banker, you are a working class, and now you are now a wife. They want you to sit back home and start giving birth to children because you are a baby making machine. It's a red flag. Everybody should have access to growth. It should be your personal choice. I mean, if you come into that relationship and you are not adding value to the relationship, you will be devalued. So the only way you keep that fire burning in your relationship is when you add value.
Of course.
When you bring something to the table. No matter how rich your husband might be, you still need to bring something to the table.
Of course.
Not be your total and your breast you go bring to the table. There are so many things from your head. You bring something to the table. Any man that is not allowing you to grow, that want to put you in a box, that want to confine you into a container, is a very big red flag.
Definitely.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because you should be able to maximize your potential as a wife. If you're a working class and you get married, you should from a working class to a manager.
Yeah.
That is how it's supposed to be. So your partner should help you, to encourage you, to
propel
grow,
you, to be the best version of you.
To be the best version of you. If you're in level 1 and you get married to that guy, we expect you in the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years to be in level 10.
Of course.
So people around you should experience this kind of growth in you. So any man that is not allowing your growth, you know, that is so scared of you having financial freedom, it's a very big red flag.
Definitely.
Because every woman is supposed to have a financial freedom. You're supposed to be able to make money for yourself.
Of course.
Not depending on what your husband is giving you.
Of course.
So if that man that you are dating or you're in a relationship with now, you are seeing it, anytime you are going to work, he's frowning his face. He keep telling you, honey, why can't you stop this work now? Maybe when you finish giving birth, then we can look for. It's a big lie. When you finish giving birth, you are not gonna do anything. It's a very big lie. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That is how they used to trick women into becoming housewives. They will tell you, am I not providing everything you need? Don't stress yourself. Just sit back, you know. After having kids, you can now go back to... Now lie. Now lie. That is how you born 1, born 2, born 3, born 4, born 5. And then you are old. Nothing to show for it, only your children. That's your achievements. If you are able to work as a single girl, and you go into marriage and you continue working and you marry a partner that supports and encourages you in all ramifications, you don't know what God has done for you. Sorry. You don't know what God has done for you. So any man that is always scared of your growth is not your friend.
Yeah.
And it's a very big red flag.
Of course.
So partners should be able to encourage, just the same way women is always encouraging their husbands, always encouraging their boyfriends and stuff like that. It should be vice versa. So this money is not meant for only one gender to make. Every gender is entitled to making money.
Yeah.
So once he's scared of your financial ability, let me put it that way, is a very big, some men can be scared of when a woman is wealthy.
Yeah. So and it comes to, I think it would lead to the next point, because let me reserve it for the next point. But I'll bring it up. I'll link what you've just said to the next point.
To the next point, yeah.
Yeah, because just to add to what you've been talking about, like, yes, everyone deserves financial freedom. So if someone doesn't want you to have financial freedom, you already should be thinking, does this person have ulterior motive?
Exactly.
Because what if something bad happens tomorrow? What if God forbid, something happens to your husband and they're not able to provide? Where will you start?
And I've seen where it happens.
Where will you start? And somewhere like Africa, where we come from, relatives will come and start dragging property with you if you're not. If you don't have anything to show for it, you're literally empty. Like, they will literally take everything from you. The only things that you might have to show, some extreme cases even take the children along with them. So you're literally left with nothing. You're literally left with nothing. So anyone that does not want you to to grow, run, my dear, run for the hills.
Because it's only when you're adding value to your relationship that your value goes high.
Of course.
So if you're not adding any value, my dear, you'll be devalued.
Of course.
You'll be devalued.
Of course. And that brings me to number 10, right?
9.
Are we up to 9?
Yes.
Okay. So number 9, controlling. When someone is controlling. And that's, that's
I'm the man.
Yes, I'm the man. I'm the man. That's what I was trying to add to you.
I'm the man.
When they're controlling, literally, they want to control the affairs of everything. So everything they say is what goes. Like, are you a puppet? You cannot be a puppet in your relationship. Otherwise, it's almost like it shouldn't be a relationship. It should be like
organ his boy.
Exactly. It's not a relationship if someone just wants to control you.
Yes.
So just back to what I was saying. If someone is controlling you, they want to control everything about you. So for example, as you said before, you were working before and they get married to you, or we haven't even gotten into relationship, you're still into marriage, you're still in your dating, and they tell you, oh, you cannot work when we get married. They're already trying to show you control, and
exactly.
That is only a tip of the iceberg to what they would do you in the marriage, because they will not only control your career, they will control where you go, they will control who you talk to, they will control even your relationship with your own family.
With your own, that's true.
They will literally turn you into something that you're not.
That's true.
So controlling, if the person you're in a relationship with is controlling, run, guys, run. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache. People in this issue of domestic violence, people have lost their lives.
Exactly.
Due to control.
Due to control.
Someone would just turn you into something you're not, just to, pretty much be working you with as though you're
with remote.
You're like a puppet.
Do that you
exactly.
Do this you do. You don't even have the mind of your own.
You don't even have a mind of your own anymore.
There's no freedom for you.
It's nothing.
You're literally living your life for them.
Exactly.
What they want you to do is what you're going to do. If they say, no, I don't like this, you're not going to do it. Like, what kind of life is that?
What kind of life is that? You might as well not be married. Like, that is not a relationship. That is almost like a boss and master.
Do you know the saddest part about it? That so many people are living such life.
This is the reality of so many people, and that's why we talk about these things.
So many people.
This is the reality of so many people, unfortunately. And
the annoying part is that they will see all this red flag during relationship and courtship. And in their hearts, they will be like, no, he will change. She will change. You will change. She will change. And then when you get into the marriage now, Oga becomes worse or Madam becomes worse.
Yeah.
That's why you have to know when to cut the rope. If it's something that you cannot tolerate in a marriage, it's better you end that relationship. A broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. This life is too long for you to live in misery.
Of course.
Living in gosh.
Oh God. Marriage is a lifetime, for for people who see it that way. So a lifetime is a very long time for you to be miserable. It's a very, very long time for you to be miserable. And it's funny because some people that there are people in marriages that because they've never really had good times in the marriage, like they think marriage is miserable, like for them marriage is like the worst thing that has ever happened to them. But I'm here to tell you that marriage is fun.
It is.
If you marry the right person,
it is.
Marriage is fun. It's one of the best fun things you can ever do with your life.
If only people will begin to see their spouses as their friend.
Yes.
And not seeing them as their
an
servants or an enemy.
Or a rival or
exactly.
Marriage can be fun if you're with the right person. So if someone is controlling, please guys, don't even entertain them. Just run for the hills. So I think we're up to number 10.
So number 10 now.
So I guess we can close with number 10,
number
right?
10, yes.
So do you have another one in mind?
Okay. So the number 10 thing to look out for as a single girl when you're getting into a relationship or when you're getting married, as a red flag, is anger issue.
Oh. Ooh.
Anger, right?
That's a big one. Anger, yes.
Some people, you see this thing called emotions. we should be able to control our emotions and not allow our emotions to control us. Some people, unfortunately, cannot control their anger.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And when you are in a relationship with someone that does not know how to manage or control his or her anger, man, you are in for a big thing. Because anything can happen at any time. Once that knot is loosed, Otilo. And these are the things that has bettered a whole lot of domestic violence. Is lack of anger management.
Yes.
When you don't know how to control your anger,
react extremely to situations. No. They don't know how to calm down and talk about things. They just escalate. They go from 0 to 100
immediately from 0 to 100. So if you're a single girl or a single guy that is in a relationship with someone that has anger issue and you've been trying to see if you can curtail or manage it and it's not working, run.
Come for the hills.
Run. Because it's not worth it. Even if
it's not worth the headache.
It's not worth the headache.
No, it's not.
Every single time you are having issues, they've done this. Once you are having an argument, you in your heart, you're already getting scared. Because once this guy is flipped, everything is spoiled.
Of course.
You'll be walking like every single time you are walking on edge. You don't know what you're going to say now that will make him angry. You don't know what you will do now that will make him angry. That's where abusive relationship comes in. Before you know it, they begin to raise up their hands against you.
Of course.
It's because they are unable to manage their anger. So if you're in a relationship currently or you are going into marriage and that person that you are going to go and say I do with has anger issue, auntie, run for your dear life. Because only a slap can kill somebody. He's angry, power in your face, and you will die there. Case closed.
And some people
in the next 2 years you will get married another person.
Of course. And some people in their anger management, they will even on top of the anger management, they will start gaslighting you.
Exactly.
So you as a person, when they are angry, it's your fault.
It's your fault. When you are angry, it's your fault. It's your fault.
So they are never wrong. If everything is your fault, they will beat you up. It's your fault.
Exactly.
They will. Oh dear.
So the thing is the thing we want you. We've listed a number, a whole lot from number 1 to number 10. So you as a single girl, this is specifically for girls, although in some cases we made reference to men as well.
Yeah.
So we are still coming back with red flags men should look out for
yes.
in a woman. This one is going to be bomb because we are women now. We know what we know our red flag. So we are still coming back with that one. Just stay tuned. I know you've learned a lot from this, especially our young girls, looking up to us growing up. Okay, so please do listen to this episode, share it with your friends, your family, all the single person let them listen and know those red flags. This is not all. No. But we just have to
we've just scratched the surface.
There's a whole lot of red flags that people tend to ignore. That when they ignore it and go into marriage or relationship and they begin to cry because you ignore those things that you were not meant to ignore. It's always like the door is always there for you to walk away. The next person is definitely gonna come for you. So don't be in that relationship where you are like, oh, if I walk away, who is going to come for me next? No, remove that mindset. No. You are a very beautiful being. When you walk out the door, there is someone packed out there waiting for you to come inside. Exactly. That is how life is.
Because most times you're actually the person holding yourself back. If you're able to work on yourself, on your mindset, you would realize that where you are is nothing. It's not the best waiting for you out there. So work, as I said, use here. Forget about the heart.
Exactly.
Use your head.
And consider yourself, because I know for you to be able to give out love to someone, you should be able to love yourself first. So if you love yourself well enough, you should be able to detect some red flags that you cannot tolerate.
Exactly.
That is self-love.
Yes.
Those things that you think that no, I can't tolerate this, so I am not gonna be in relationship with you. So that is you putting yourself first and you telling yourself how much you love yourself. So thank you so much for watching today's episode, and we hope to see you next time. Just like I said, we are going to be coming back with the red flags men should look out for in looking for a partner in a woman. Thank you guys so much, and don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe. We are Real Life Matters. See you next episode.